Hi, everybody. One of the things we miss the most about being together for worship is singing together and speaking and saying prayers together. You may have noticed that some congregations are starting to come together in very small groups with reservations and wide spacing, and you may wonder why we don't do that. We've decided to take a really conservative path based on the best scientific evidence available right now to keep all of you safe this fall. I'm going to share with you a few minutes of information about COVID-19 and singing and how it can spread through singing or not spread through singing. There are significant studies taking place this summer at Colorado State, University of Colorado, University of Maryland, University of Cincinnati, and others, and they're looking at aerosols, which are these small particles that show that come into the air when you speak or sing, and to look at the rates of these and how they disperse, how they spread around a space, and how you might mitigate that. So for singing, the best strategy to reduce aerosols is droplets. If you look here, regardless of what style of music you're singing, singing with a mask is much, much, much less significant spread of aerosols. It cuts it so dramatically compared to anything else. This is a huge gain. So wearing masks is really important as you return to gathering outside for worship in small groups even. You can see that other instruments as well, and just theater, just loud speaking, all are very different with masks or without masks. The rate of aerosol transmission just drops so significantly. So this is a huge change, and so wearing masks is incredibly important. We know that being outside, assuming a static wind direction, this is mathematical modeling that was done at the University of Maryland, and you see that assuming the wind direction is the same, which isn't always the case, you have a very different issue without a mask versus with a mask, but you also have a huge difference if you're together for 60 minutes speaking and singing versus if you're together for 30 minutes or less. This is a big difference, and this is even outside where you get the most fresh air possible. That's a big, big change. You can see inside that wearing a mask is a huge, huge, huge factor in reducing the risk of infection according to this mathematical model. You can see singing without a mask, singing with a well-fit medical grade mask, it drops significantly. This is even the case in the new study from Colorado State. It just came out this past week. You can see again with a mask, without a mask, significant drop in particle emissions. Huge difference. So what do we do to prevent COVID-19, to prevent aerosols from spreading the virus from anyone who's carrying it when we're together speaking or singing? Masks, well-fit masks are really important. Distance, 6-foot distance at least, by CDC guidelines, very important. Time, 30 minutes of singing is a magical time. That's really thinking about a rehearsal. Luckily, in a church service, we're singing for about 3 minutes in a couple different spots in the service, so that's a different story. But 30 minutes of straight singing is the limit of what you should be doing outside. Airflow outdoors is phenomenal. Inside, you want a really great filtration system. You want a really good HVAC system that's really filtering the air. In our 19-to-1 building, we don't have that. As you know, there's no air conditioning upstairs right now, and the heat is radiator heat, not forced hot air. Downstairs, we have a very nice system, which is a different story, but outside is much, much, much safer for our purposes right now. And the most important thing, of course, for not spreading COVID-19 is our hygiene, hand washing, and being careful of where we've been and what we're touching. So I hope that is helpful. Thanks for listening. See you online.